Srila Prabhupada ki Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Vimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami
जय विश्वपाल परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् अभयचरणार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विश्वपाल परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् His Divine Grace श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गोवर्धन की जय। श्री मायापुर भक्ति धाम की जय। श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा में यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देव तुलसी महाराज की जय। कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। सामवेद गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gaurang, Gaur Hari Bol. All glories to Sri Prabhupada ki jai.
How are you, Mataji? How are you? मुकुंदा कैमरा में हो ठीक से करना।
जय श्री कृष्ण प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरवृंद। Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much for coming this Sunday early morning for Bhagavatam discussion. So today we will be addressed by Sri Sachidevan Prabhu, who doesn't need any introduction as such. He is very much involved in all the services. So let's hear from Sri Sachidevan Prabhu. Sorry.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृतं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टाप्रेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरन् वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगुणा रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं सद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगुणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठभूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुवेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। So there is a very nice verse in Srimad Bhagavatam that glorifies the Bhagavatam itself. We all recite. Shunvatam saddham nittam grinhatam cha swacheshtitam kalena tidirghena bhagavan vishate ridhi. Shunvatam saddham nittam grinhatam cha swacheshtitam kalena tidirghena bhagavan vishate ridhi. So it is said, Shunvatam Sadham Nityam. If you hear with faith or earnest, Nityam, daily, Kalena and Grinhatams, you accept it also with your own endeavor. Kalena Nati Dirgana, not very long, not in distant future, very soon, Bhagavan will appear in your heart. So, thank you very much for taking your time out, and I really appreciate you come here and assemble to hear the Harikatha, especially Srimad Bhagavatam. Also, thanks to our Sudhi Gopal Prabhu and Gopinath Pran Prabhu has ordered Prabhuji. We have to speak on very important and loaded verse. Very important and loaded verse of first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, where Narad Muni give instruction to Srila Vyasdev on Srimad Bhagavatam. So thank you. We dedicate our everything to our divine Guru Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. नायद्वचश्चित्रपदं हरेर्यशो जगत्पवित्रं प्रज्ञितकर्हि चेत् तद्वायसं तीर्थं मुशन्ति मानसा न यत्र हंस निरमन्त्यो शिक्षया न यद्वचश्चित्तपदं हरेर्यशो जगत्पवित्रं प्रज्ञितकर्हि चेत् तद्वायसं तीर्थमुशन्ति मानसा न यत्र हंस निरमन्त्यो शिक्षया Anybody else would like to repeat? नायद्वचश्चित्रपदं हरेर्यशो जगत्पवित्रं प्रज्ञितकर्हि चेत् तद्वायसं तीर्थमुशन्ति मानसा न यत्र नियमन्ति शिक्षया न यद्वचश्चित्तपदं हरेर्यशो जगत्पवित्रं प्रज्ञितकर्हि चेत् तद्वायसं तीर्थमुशन्ति मानसा न यत्र हंस निरमन्त्यो शिक्षया Anybody else? Mataji? नायद्वचश्चित्रपदं हरेर्यशो जगत्पवित्रं प्रज्ञितकर्हि चेत् तद्वायसं तीर्थमुशन्ति मानसा न यत्र हंस निरमन्त्यो शिक्षया Anybody else? From Mataji side? Okay. So this is this verse, Srimad Bhagavatam. So discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, 10th number verse. So this verse has spoken by Sri Narad Muni to Vyasdev. It says those words, na yat vachas, those words which do not describe the glories. In fact, it's a chitra padam. Chitra meaning flowery words, okay, decorative words. Harer Yasha, Yash meaning glory, doesn't describe the glories of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe, are considered by saintly person to be like unto a place of pilgrimage of crows. Since the all perfect persons are inhabitants of the transcendental abode, they do not derive any pleasures there. We'll discuss more, but before we go there, let's understand who are the two personalities here they're discussing. One is Sri Narad Muni and Srila Vyasdev, right? And this is a very loaded verse. It's a lot of very strong verse, in fact. Like Narad Muni. So Narad Muni, as you know, right, from our television serial, very funny character. Narayan, always makes quarrels among others. But he's really, Shastra says like this. It's really Shastra, because TV serials generally made for TRP, right? Correct? No? So Narada, the word Narada meaning, Da meaning giver, Nara meaning Narayan. He who gives Narayan is called Narada. Also, he who gives knowledge is also Narayan. Another meaning also is that Narad. He cannot, Rad meaning he cannot khandit, he cannot cut his word, called Narad. So this Narad Muni, how he become Narad Muni? I'll just So this Narad Muni, it's not that the Narad Muni has become Narad Muni just like that. In Srimad Bhagavatam in detail in some other class maybe we will be discussing. It's Narad Muni was just briefly, Narad Muni was a son of a maid servant. Maid servant, and then and he used, the mother used to, and Narad Muni also used to serve the Bhakti Vedantas or devotee of the Lord for 4 months. And then what happened is they are serving, and then they are giving all the knowledge to Narad Muni. And then while they left, they have given the confidential knowledge to Narad Muni. Also, Narad Muni took the remnants of their foodstuff or prasadam. After that, in due course of time, mother died, and Narad Muni grew up, and with Krishna in his heart and mind, is loitering from place to place, sometimes metropolis, some jungle, and everywhere. And one particular day, Narad Muni was like very exhausted at the time. He was not Narad Muni at the time. Very exhausted and even very thirsty also. And Narad Muni sat in front of the river, had some water to quench his thirst, and then he start meditating. As soon as he start meditating, the Lord appears in the heart of Narad Muni. When the Lord appears in the heart of Narad Muni, like all the cells of Narad Muni, all the pores of the body of the Narad Muni is enlivened separately. We cannot imagine the ecstasy. Every cell of the body is enlivened. In that state, ecstasy, Narad Muni could not even see himself or even the Lord. And tears coming from the eyes of Narad Muni. And then immediately Lord given the darshan in the heart, and Lord vanished. And Narad Muni was searching after that. Where is the person I have just now seen? He is hankering here and there like a madman. Then Lord himself again told Narada, I have given you mercy, I have shown you because to increase your faith in me in devotional service. So whosoever is incomplete in his service, he cannot come to me. So in this life, you will not be able to see me, but be sure in the next life, you will come to me. So this way the Narad Muni continues, and then eventually in the course of time, Narad Muni left his body, and then the annihilation happened, and then Brahma and everybody went to the Mahavishnu's body. When the Brahma again wake up in the next day, this pastime happened before previous kalpa of Brahma. Okay, previous day of Brahma, not this day of Brahma, previous day of Brahma. It was billions of years past. When the Brahma again wake up, the Narad Muni also came along with the Shaptarishis and everybody. And then at that time, by the mercy of the Lord, Narad Muni could remember his past life, and Narad Muni can go from material world to any place in the material world, even to the spiritual world by his will. Now you can think what kind of information Narad Muni has. Correct, right? Not only from this lifetime, this kalpa of the Brahma, the previous kalpa. So this is the Narad Muni. And Narad Muni is also one of the 12 Mahajan, right, who knows the activities of the Lord very confidentially. So now who are the devotees of the Narad Muni? Prahlad Maharaj. Who else? Sorry? Parvati ji. Who else? Dhruv Maharaj. Who else? Valmiki Muni. Migari, and so on. Right? Such a great devotee of the Lord. Now we have made a funny character in our serial. Right? Now you can understand that whatever Narad Muni says has to have very high importance. In fact, Narad Muni, whosoever Narad Muni touch, be sure he will become a great devotee of the Lord. Shri Narad Muni ki jai. Now Vyasdev, Srila Vyasdev is a post, by the way. The name of Vyasdev is Krishna Dvaipana Vyas. Krishna Dvaipana Vyas. So Vyasdev, around 5,000 years before, when he, in the morning after oblations, when he saw the anomalies in the discharging the duties in the Kali Yugas, in the people in general. They saw the people in general are not going to live very long time. Right? So before that time, the scriptures were not available in the book form. Right? It is when mostly the people are Shrutidhar. Whatever you say, it will be there in the mind. So mastak. Right? So then when Vyasa saw that the problem in the Kali Yuga, or the great qualities of the Kali Yuga people, right? Prayana, Alpa, Savya, Manda, Sumanda, Mataya, Manda, Bhagya, Upadita, right? All these things. And he sought to betterment of the people of the Kali Yuga. He divided the scripts, the Vedas, into four parts, like here, Rig, Yajur, Sama, and Atharvaveda. Then the 18 Puranas, right? 18 Puranas, Vyasadeva compiled. Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the great epic called Mahabharata. And this is not humanly possible for someone to compile such a voluminous work. This, like every Purana, like you mentioned here, thousands of verses, correct, right? Until and unless someone is empowered by the Lord, it is definitely not possible. Even Bhagavatam also says, Nath will say later, will say that you are the empowered incarnation of Krishna himself. So this is the Vyasadeva. So after compiling all the scriptures, but still Vyasadeva was feeling very incomplete. After if you write something, right, some small thing, you feel very puffed up. You feel very puffed up. Okay, I have done something, 1 book, 2 book, or 3 book, and now see this like Vyasadeva is given whatever we are reading today, whatever we are doing today is only because of Srila Vyasadeva, right? Only because Srila Vyasadeva ki jai. So, see this Vyasadeva, but after doing this, somehow he is feeling very restless. Something is not feeling happy. Something is missing. Something is missing. Because he knows the essence of religion, but still not able to figure out what it is, what is the reason for it. Then he start contemplating. Vyasadeva start contemplating. Then what could be the reasons? Then he thought maybe I have not described the transcendent devotional service of the Supreme Lord, which is dear not only to the Lord but also to devotee. When I was thinking, maybe the question mark was there, maybe at that time the Narad Muni appeared in the hermitage of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva gracefully or very respectfully got up, welcome Sri Narada, worship him like a Brahmaji, because he's almost. So once Narad Muni, once Vyasadeva worship Narad Muni, the Narad Muni start speaking. Let's recite this verse, very nice one. Shri Narada Vacha Bhavatadu Anudita Prayam Yasho Bhagavata Malam Yena Yevasho na Tushyate Manne Darshanam Khilam. Translation: Sri Narada said, "You have not actually broadcasted the sublime and spotless glory of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The philosophy which doesn't satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord is considered worthless." He says that you have not actually, basically is chastising also, you can say, you can think of that way. You have not actually, you have given so much, but where you have glorified the Lord directly, indirectly you have given a lot of things. Where you have given glorify the Lord directly. Let's understand why we need to know, why we need to glorify the Lord. So, but before this, before when Narad Muni says this verse, Narad Muni says that you are glorified. It's not that Narad Muni is saying something which Vyasadeva doesn't acknowledge. Vyasadeva acknowledged, yes, my dear Narad Muni, what you said is correct. What you say is correct. I am restless, and after all doing all this, I'm still feeling unhappy. But yourself, as good as Supreme Lord, you can go to the Jiva's inner regions and understand what's going on. So please, root cause. What is the reason for my unhappiness? Then Atman, of course, he says this in Atman without going in indirect way. No, you have done so much good thing, this thing, that thing, but you have not good this thing. No, not that way. Directly. Atman said directly, you have not broadcasted the sublime and spotless glories of the Supreme Personality of Goddess Sri Hari. And this philosophy, whatever philosophy we are saying, that philosophy which doesn't glorify the Lord is completely worthless. Now, to explain this verse, let's understand why jivas need to glorify the Lord. We know that the eternal relation of the Atma and Paramatma is constitutional one. Correct, right? The Paramatma is eternal masters and we are eternal servitors. Always. There will be no point, even the spiritual world will be God. Right? We always will be the servant of the Lord. And it's not very menial, like when you say, in our normal day-to-day life, when you say servant meaning someone come, washes our utensil, it's very menial things, right? It's not that. It is so great that Lord Himself want to become a devotee to release Himself, so He becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? It's so great. So, but the eternal constitutional position is Jive Sarupaya Krishna Nityadas. Nityadas. We are the eternal servant of the Lord. Always. We are infinitesimal and Lord is infinite. We are Anu, Lord is Vibhu. We are just a drop of water in the ocean and Lord is entire oceans. Correct, right? But qualitatively we are one. But quantitatively, we are different. We are still the Anu only. In why Jiva need to serve? Because the Lord Himself expanded into innumerable Jivas to get the service. Correct, right? So this is our constitutional position. The leaves from the tree cannot be always green, right? If it detached from the tree, correct, right? It may be green for some time, maybe when the tree is coming down wavy nature, maybe it's roaming, but after some time dry and gone. Right? As long as we are connected with the Lord, we'll always be happy. This is the point. And this alone can satisfy the Lord as well as the living entity. So this Vyasdev has compiled this literary, this scholarly work, right? Or the philosophical speculations, which cannot bring any happiness, because the main reason is the Sambandha Gyan is missing. If you are not glorified, then how will you make relationship with the Lord? Right? If I am not make relationship with the Lord, how will I serve the Lord? Correct, right? The Sambandha Gyan is missing. Maybe it's there, but not directly it was given. Okay? See, Vyasdev himself, he is the compiler. Right? He is the compiler of the entire Vedanta Sutra and everything, Mahabharata, everything. And he is feeling helpless or restless. What about our readers or listener? Will definitely feel restless by reading the. Sometimes people say that, okay, why the Vedantis, they are very hard-hearted, right? Sometimes it's very hard-hearted. Yes, they are hard-hearted at times. Why they are hard-hearted? Because they do not serve the Lord. Because there is no compassion in them for the jivas. Right? They think about their own liberations. That is the reason. Now, Srila Prabhupada in his purport, very nice sentence. He said that Srila Prabhupada said that the religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and even salvation are by far inferior to the engagement of devotional service of the Lord. By far inferior. By far inferior. So this is what Narad Muni is saying. Because Jive Sarupha always Nityadas. Without serving the Lord, we cannot become happy at any point of time. Now coming back to our this verse, this is Na Yat Vachas Chitra Padam, the decorative or flowery words, which doesn't glorify Hare Yash. It is like which can alone sanctify the entire world or Jagat. It's called the place of pilgrimage for Vayasam Tirtham. Vayasam meaning crows, Tirtha meaning pilgrimage. Now the Tirtha meaning it's a good place, right? Like a Kumbh Mela Tirtha. but multiple people go there, crores of people come there. Then what is the tirtha for crows? Where crows goes generally? Sorry? Yes. Yeah, but where the crows goes? Where the crows goes? What is the pilgrimage for crows? Huh? Where the garbage is there. Correct? No? Filthy place. Correct? No? Rotten, filthy place. If you put filthy place things there, after some time, a lot of crows will come. Correct, right? So he's saying that, but see the but where the swan goes, good water, pure water, right? Pure water. You see here, the place, you put some garbage things, crow will come, right? Crow will come and take all these things. Aram say, you don't have to invite also, they will automatically come. And there is swan meaning, it has to be serene, naturally, right? This is how it is. But they are two same bird, it's a bird category only, right? So here the crow refers. What Narad is trying to tell here? Who are the crows here? Right? It's not- so glorify, not glorify, yes, of course, but they are mostly busy in their sense gratification, economic development, policies, politics, all these things. And they do not derive pleasures in Harikatha. So, and then the day in, day out, they are just engaged in decorating this body only. So they are considered as they are like as good as crows, right? As good as crows. We know that the different literature, there are different literatures are there, correct? No? For different kind of men. Some like to hear some poetry, some like to hear some stories. Different literatures are there. But if you see the most of the literature, right, it is mostly talking about the body or the mind. Correct? Right? If you go in the market, if you categorize the bazaar literature or market literature, if you see those, it will be categorized into either they are talking about the body or about the mind only. Correct? No? It means so they are so these literatures are called decoration of a dead body. Okay. So whatever they're doing is for the dead body only. Correct, right? Correct, right? Decoration of the dead body. But on the contrary, the swan where they goes, or spiritual advancement where they goes, where the we glorify the Lord. Lord glories has been heard, sung. Those places. So that's why this scientist, I mean, whether contemporary scientists and the mental speculators, politicians, they go to place where things are rejected by the swan-like transcendental persons. That's why they are treated as crow. Understood? No? So let's go. Now we understand the crow and the swan are the Paramhamsas. Okay. Now let's recite this. So that the previous verse was a kind of a nishad. You can think of this is not. If you do not glorify, this is what it is. Correct, right? If you do not glorify, it is it's like almost like a pilgrimage of crows. It's like a nishad. Correct, right? Now what is the vidhi? If you do it, then what will happen? Correct, right? If you do it, what will happen? That is a very nice verse. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.11. Let's all recite together. Tadvag vishargao janata bhaviplavo yasmin pati shlokam abhati padhapi namani anantasya nikatniyat शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्ति साधवा तद्वाग्विसर्गो जनता विप्लवो यस्मिन् पति श्लोकम् अबद्धपद्धपि नामानि अनन्तस्य यशो कितानि यात् Shinvanti gayanti grinhanti sadhava. It says, on the other hand, okay, if you do not glorify, it is worthless. It's like a place of crows. On the other hand, the literature, which is full description of transcendental glories of the name, fame, form, pastimes of the Supreme Lord Sri Hari, of the Anand, full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about the revolutions of the impious lives of the world's misdirected civilization. Viplava, misdirected civilizations. Such transcendental literature, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. He's saying that on the other hand, if you glorify the literature which glorify the Lord, right, it can bring about a revolution in the society. This is a very strong word, right? This can be. Now think of this way. Where can you see any example you like to give? Is anything is coming in your mind from this line? Any example? Anything has created a revolution? Yes, or ISKCON, right? Srila Prabhupada has glorified the Lord left and right, correct, right? Everywhere. It's not like Prabhupada has placed himself as as Bhagavan or Lord. When pure devotee of the Lord glorifies in his commentaries or literature, then it can create a revolution. With no money in his hand, 70 years old, twice heart attack. This is how it started. And then now we know it's like grown like leaps and bounds. So many thousands of millions of devotees are there. And such literature, if some grammatical mistakes also there, suppose some mistake, maybe. And so if there is something is there, but still the wise people they heard this, they heard Shunvanti, Gayanti, and they accept also. Okay? Very strong. So this saintly person, right? Why they glorify the Lord? They glorify the Lord because by glorifying the Lord, this polluted atmosphere of the world can be cleansed, changed. Right? Interesting. When I was reading this purport, Srila Prabhupada written there, he's saying that when Srila Prabhupada writing the commentary of this verse, does China attack India? Right? China attack India. Because saying this India and China they're living for ages with harmony. Because at that time, the people of China were mostly politicians. They are like God loving, people. Now we know the word what China has turned into. Right? So whenever there is God loving people are there, then you can think that people will live in harmony. So, therefore, now Srila Vyasdev, Narad Muni is telling to Vyasdev that Srila Vyasdev, your vision is complete. You are spotless. You are strong in your vows and your devotion. You can think of the pastimes of the Lord. You can think of the pastime of the Lord in trance. So describe the pastime of the Lord, uh, the infallible Lord Achyuta. Because the people in general, right, has a tendency to enjoy, and you have given license to them. So your descriptions, because there Vedas has talked about everything. Karmakanda is there, even the sacrifice is there, correct, right? You have given the license. In your by your name, they'll commit sinful activity, and they will not have any tendency to correct it also. So we know that when the Lord Buddha came, what are the situations of the people in general, especially in northern India, like Bihar and then Punjab and that part of the world. In the name of sacrifice, they're killing animal like anything. when there is no daya is there, right? You cannot uplift them. Then first of all, Lord Buddha, even though Lord Buddha Krishna is to tell, okay, now stop Vedas. Vedas are wrong. Have to do. Because if you tell the Vedas is correct, then okay, this is what is in the Veda. And I am following exactly as per the Vedas. I am following exactly as per the Vedas. So, but Lord came and told, no Vedas. You follow from me. You follow me. Then they stopped. They heard. Okay, they accepted Lord Buddha, and then slowly they start not doing things, all the sacrifices. Yes, sacrifice is written in the scriptures, but under very strict rules and regulations. Under very strict rules and regulations. But we have taken only that part, and then we are doing all sorts of things. You think that okay, this is what is the Vedas. Rest everything is not of my interest. Okay, this is what is my interest. I'll take that one and I apply. Lord, in the Bhagavad Gita also, Lord says in the 15.15, Sarvasya Chaham Vidishanavishta Mata Smriti Jnanam Apahanam Cha Vedescha Sarvam Ahameva Vedya Vedantaki Vedavit Eva Chaham. Sarvasya Chaham, Sarvasya, everybody in the spiritual, everybody, the man, woman, beast, insect, aquatics, everybody, plants. I am in their heart. Sarvasya Chaham Vidhi Shannivishto. And then Lord is what is saying? Mata, from me comes Smriti, meaning remembrance, Jnanam, knowledge, Apahanam, forgetfulness also. Correct, right? Vedesya Sarvam Ahameva Veda, very strong. He's saying that all the Vedas, if you read all the Vedas, if you do not conclude that this is the Krishna is the supreme, it is in all the dots, all the equations, if it is not directing towards Krishna, then our conclusion of the Vedas is wrong. This is what Lord is saying in the Bhagavad Gita. Vedesya Sarvam, Sarva Veda, Ahameva Veda, Ahameva, certainly, to know me. Because I am the compiler and the knower of Veda. Now, what you have done, you have left God and accepted everything else. How will you become happy? And then Vyasadeva having given them the license, not directly explaining the spotless glories of the Lord, which Narad Muni is pointing out now. Even in Mahabharata also, even in Mahabharata, this is the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a very nice epic. It has a lot of things is there. Politics is there, warfare is there, everything is there. But the culmination of Mahabharata is Bhagavad Gita. Right? And then in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, as his last instruction, what Lord told us? Sarvadharmam Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Bhaja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshan Mahasacha. But have you surrendered unto the Lord? No. But we have taken interest in the Mahabharata, or the different stories. Then how will you become happy? Correct, right? Not become happy. Even in the transcendent, Lord is called Satchidananda Vigraha. Why Lord is called Satchidananda Vigraha? Sat meaning eternal, Chit meaning knowledge, Ananda meaning blissful. Right? If you go to the impersonal Brahman, the two aspect is there already. The third aspect is missing. Sat and Chit is there. What about Ananda? Correct, right? What about Ananda? It's like you tell a scientist, okay, I've given you enough books, enough time, you live for eternity, don't worry, go and read, and you speculate. Yeah, he should say, oh, I have got a lot of time, I don't have to report. Now I can read and I can think and I'll not die also. So he'll go on reading. But after some time, he'll feel frustrated. Because the reciprocation is not there. But then he'll think, what? Say, fine, I'm doing, but what about the inner peace? The reciprocation will happen only when we are connected with the Lord. Because this is the only reason we are here. Lord Himself tells, Lord Himself expanded into innumerable jivas just to get the service. When that service is cut, then we cannot become happy. The ananda is still missing. Therefore, we are almost finished. So therefore, no, Srila Vyasdev told, Narad Muni told Vyasdev that my Prabhu, you have perfect vision. Now you can know the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna because you are the empowered personality. This is the exact word Narad Muni told to Vyasdev. You are the empowered personality of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Please describe the transcendental pastime of the Supreme Personality of Godhead more vividly. More vividly. This is how this Bhagavatam has started. This is how and see, this is the reason why Vyasdev compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam was first narrated by Sri Narayan to Narad Muni, and the Narad Muni again related it to Vyasdev, and Vyasdev to his son Sukdev, Srila Sukdev Goswami. And the Sukdev Goswami, when first narrated Srimad Bhagavatam in the Sanyapasya ashram, after that only it was called Srimad Bhagavatam. But before that it was not called Srimad Bhagavatam. It was called, very interesting, it was called Paramhamsi Satvata Samhita. It was called Paramhamsi Satvata Samhita. And then Bhagavatam started. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. You can have some answer. If you have any question, answer, Shuddhi Gopal Prabhu is here. You can ask Prabhuji. You're most. Now this first preacher. Preacher also giving the Harinam to everyone. Yeah, now definitely preacher. The first preacher, no. Chikku Prabhu can answer. So we have. Any other questions or comments? Interesting after this one?
Place of pose, like you are saying that scientists, politicians,
Yeah.
they are the pose. But if someone have the Krishna consciousness, then I think they are not the pose, right?
What is the question? Sorry. Yeah, someone said.
Yeah, like you said that.
Not is not. So like you said that the place of pose, you are defined that the scientists and the politicians, they are pose. Like because they are not present. But someone who is having the role of his job as a politician or scientist, serving the nation, and they are having they are Krishna consciousness, then they are not pose.
Yeah, good question. So, did you understand the question?
Yes.
Very interesting question. See, the scientist, you understand, you know the scientist, right? Scientist's role. So, what they do? They invent. So, whatever they invent, is that thing was not there before the invention or not? They are there. Then what is their role? They just form, it's like a hide and seek. Correct, right? It just followed. In fact, many scientists, I was reading. In fact, the many scientists who got the Nobel Prize also, what they're saying is, it's not like that they have very systematically researched and found something for which they got the Nobel Prize. Okay? So they're working on something, suddenly something clicked. It's not that the dots are connected and then got clicked. So why it is so? So it is basically, see, the Lord is there, just know this sloka, right? Sarvasya Chaham Vidhi Sana Vishnu. Mata Smriti Ganam Apahanamcha. I am there giving the heart. The Lord knows that he is endeavoring to get something. Correct, right? He is endeavoring to get something. When he is putting his effort there, and then okay, he deserves to get something. He gives something. This is the one thing. Second thing is why we are calling the scientist also. Not all. Not all. Not all. If he is dovetailed with Krishna consciousness, then it's okay. If in relation with Krishna, then it's okay. Because Krishna himself says, Vedasi Sarvam Ahameva Vedya. What is in the Vedas? Vedas mean knowledge only, correct? Right? If that knowledge which is searching after Krishna, I think it's okay. If that knowledge is not searching after Krishna, something else is into only body and mind and this, that is being condemned. Now is the answer. Thank you very much. Any other question? Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for setting so wonderfully. So, it is mentioned in this 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, very beautiful verses there. Nimnaganam yatha ganga, devanam vachutam yatha, vaishnavanam yatha sambho, purananam idam tatha. So this verse says that out of all the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam is the best. Why? Because the author himself, who is the author of all the Puranas? Vyasadeva. He wrote all the scriptures based on the audience, based on whatever they can digest. Just like a mother prepares specific food for the child, specific food for the grown-ups, specific food for the elders. So we cannot give a child food to the elders. That's not good enough. So Vyasadeva has given everything for every kind of people. But in the end, he was still not happy. He was thinking that kuch to gadbad hai, kuch to kami hai. Then when he was kind of contemplating that one at that point of time, because once we seriously contemplate something, Lord also says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayante. Whenever you think deeply, whenever you cry sincerely, Lord will send his agent. Lord will send his representative to purify us, to give us the direction. When Vyasadeva, after writing so many scriptures, even he got confused. Forget about this manda buddhi. What we confuse about. So it's a bound that we will have problem, we will be going also depression. So nothing unnatural about it, first of all. And sometimes you think that, I am having problem because I am literally feeling depressed. No, feeling depressed is natural. Because we are taking center of so many material things in so many ways. Just like in a fish looking for peace on the land. It cannot get it peace unless it goes into the water. Similarly, the living entities also, they cannot be happy just by eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Unless they get connected to the Supreme Lord. Like we talk about the tree. We can put some water into the branches. We can decorate nicely, or maybe we can give an iPhone to the tree. Will they be happy? No, we have to put a water to the root of the tree. Right? So similarly, right, we also need to understand that what exactly we really need. What our heart really needs. What exactly a heart looking for, or the child also. Crying. Some relatives, they take care of the baby, and some other person will take care of the baby. But the baby, really looking for the mother's love, mother's milk, right? If you give anything else, child is not happy. Similarly, we see that why people are so unhappy nowadays. Because yes, we are just, painting the big, or the case of the bird, but not taking care of the bird. And this is what, the searching for happiness, that whatever we discussed maybe in the beginning of this Gita course as well, right, in the beginning of our journey in the Krishna consciousness, it starts thinking us, right, we have been doing so many things for so many years, but still we are not happy. What is really missing? And always this adversity creates an opportunity for us to go to the right direction, right? And that's true also for Vyasadeva. When he started thinking that yes, I am really lost at this point of time, and then Lord sent Narad Muni. And Prabhuji described very beautifully how Narad Muni, right? He is really, he's so, all pervasive. He is there everywhere, right? Once he sees the sincerity of a student, he really comes forward to help his student. And he came to Vyasadeva and very nicely he said, "Oh Vyasadeva, you have written so many scriptures. What are you thinking now? I feel you are kind of a little disturbed. What is the problem?" Right? At that point, Vyasadeva said, "Yes, and I have written so many scriptures. And people say that, yes, I am the author of all the Puranas, but still I am missing something. Maybe, right, I might not have done justice to what I have written." And then Narad Muni speaks about these two verses that Prabhuji said today, this 1.10.11, 10 and 11, where he says that, yes, you have taken care of so many things, but you have not exclusively glorified the Supreme Lord. You have not watered the root of the tree. You have not put the face in water. You have not given the child the mother's milk. That's what it is missing. Right? Once you start connecting to the Lord, through His name, forms, qualities and pastimes, right? And then we'll feel so satisfied. The problem is that, yes, somehow or other we are trying to find happiness in so many places. Finding happiness is not a problem. That is the nature of the soul. Anandamaya Bhyasa. But you have to find the happiness at the right place. And the right place is at the lotus feet of the Lord sits. Right? And because Paramananda He Madhava Padagaluchi Makaranda. Because from his lotus feet only, the real Makaranda, the real sweet is really coming out. And here, even just give another example, right? Sometimes we have seen the fountains, right? Beautiful water coming out. And then it is just a matter of time, right? If the electricity goes, or somehow the water source is really empty, and it goes, for a toss. But then if that fountain is really connected to a big reservoir, right? And then automatically there is a natural spring comes up. You see? Natural spring, right? How beautifully that fountain comes up. Because it is connected to the supreme reservoir. So similarly, yes, Prabhuji talked about Narad Muni. He also got a glimpse of the Lord. Because Narad Muni also spoke about himself. Yes, Vyasadeva, I have also gone through, midlife crisis. I have also gone through crisis, and I was also lost when my mother left me. But at that point of time, I was really searching for the Lordships. But somehow or other, the Bhakti Vedantas, right, they had showered their mercy upon me. I started worshipping the Lord. And I started worshipping the Lord. Lord appeared in my heart. But as soon as Lord appeared, He also vanished. Because at that point of time, Lord wants to see that. Yes, Lord will give the free samples. Right? Free samples He will give. Just like we get free trailers of the movies. But if you want to watch the full movie, you have to pay the price. Similarly, sometimes we get glimpses of the spirituality. Once we come in the satsang, once we do some nice kirtan, once we go to a temple, we feel that, oh, so bliss. We get it. But then as soon as we come out, we forget it. Why? Because we have not paid the proper price for it. If we want to maintain that blissful nature of within ourselves, we have to be connected eternally to the Supreme Lord through His Nam, Rup, Guna, Lila of the Lord. And then, yes, we will feel that bliss. Yes, that's what it is. And that's what the nature of the Lord, the Narad Muni, Vyasadeva, or now Sivratri is coming, Lord Shiva. That is all. Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambuddha. This is the nature of the Vaishnavas, that they really come to this earthly planet to really purify us, to really awaken us, and to remind us. And all these are very, blissful, merciful personalities. Lord Shiva is called Asutos. He is really pleased with a little bit of service. And He does not find fault with anyone. And like we are discussing about Nityananda Prabhu also here, all the gurus. They are so merciful. They really look for little spark within us, little love that, oh, He has offered a little flower to me. That's why you see Lord Jagannath, He's having big, big eyes. Why He's having big, big eyes? He's saying, wow, After 1 month, finally he has come. I'm so happy today. Oh, now whenever he comes to me, at least he offers obeisances to me. I'm so happy. Wow, my wonderful devotee. Right? Oh, now finally he has offered a nice flower. Wow. Like that's what the quality of the parents also, right? Children, they would be doing so many nonsense things, but still, sometimes, Mommy, heart would get melt. Right? This is the nature of the Lord also. Whenever we offer this little flower, we say, oh Krishna, then how? Now, I'll give everything to my, devotees. Yes, this is what Lord is really waiting for us. And all the devotees, right, the Vyasadeva, Narad Muni, Lord Shiva, all the representatives of the Lord says, they are really waiting. They are facilitating us. Please, connect yourself to Krishna and then you will remain happy. Hare Krishna. So maybe what we can do is that we have some time, we can do a small group discussion so that we can really understand ourselves just on maybe 3 topics. Yes, in our life also we come across so many difficult situations, right? Like we feel so distressed, so depressed, and then we try so many things to come out of it, right? But then what is really missing at that point of time? And then the second thing is that now we have come into the Krishna consciousness. What exactly really inspires us, and so takes us, right? And we can really feel that, bliss of the Lord's presence in our heart, in our life. Right? Maybe these 2 topics, maybe we can just discuss in the small groups. Maybe Mataji, you can have 2-3 groups, or maybe Prabhuji, you can have 2 groups, and we can just discuss it. Mataji, before that, you have some question.
Yeah,
Yes.
one question actually. Vyasji is not happy, and Narad explained that you have not described the glory of
Yes.
Supreme Lord. So, what was the action plan of the Vyasji?
Yes.
What they did?
Very good. That's the right question. Right? As here in this 1.5.11, in this previous verse Prabhuji talked about, he said that now Vyasadeva, if you start glorifying the Supreme Lord, even if sometimes the grammar is not correct, sometimes the way we speak might not be so correct, but still, because it is attached to the Lord, because you glorify the Lord, then your life will be blissful. Then he has started glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? Sometimes the baby might not pronounce also mummy properly, but mother understands the mood of the devotee. Similarly, this beautiful verse, this Tadvaga Visargo Janataga Viplavo Yasmin Pratislokam Avadhavati Api Namani Anantasya Yasonkitani Yat Srunanti Gayanti Grunanti Sadhava. This is what we have to do. We have to do what? Srunanti Gayanti Grunanti. We have to hear, we have to chant, and we have to recite the Naam. Ananta Naam. Harika Naam Ananta hai, Harika Katha Ananta hai. This is what we have to do. Right? Once you do this glorification of the Lord with His name, forms, qualities, pastime, how? By hearing, by reciting, by chanting the Lord. Even if sometimes imperfect, the Lord will fulfill and Lord will, release in our heart actually. Hare Krishna. Okay? So just make 2 groups of Mataji, 2 groups of Prabhuji, and we can discuss it. Maybe one group, our Ratiprada Mataji, another group Lakshmi Mataji can take the lead. Here we have Audarya Prabhu and Premdata Prabhu. We can have 2 groups, please. Just quickly, let's just for 15 minutes, we can just quickly discuss, and then we'll go for prasadam.